Hey Anthony, I'm
Hey
Mitchell.
Mitch, how you going?
Good. How's your day so far?
Not bad.
Not bad.
I'm gonna lose.
Up to much today or?
Just training.
Nice. So, purpose that I've got you here today is we're just going to go over your diet, little questions if you're allergic to anything, just to get a grasp of what you're eating on a daily basis. If you want to lose weight, gain weight, maintain, build some lean muscle, we can all work that out with what you're eating and see how many things we can cancel out to make you not lose too much weight too fast or stuff like that. So first off, how much do you weigh?
71.8 grams. 71.80.
And how old are you?
26.
26. Okay. And how tall are you in centimeters?
175.
175. Good. So, do you have any religious or cultural background that I need to know about?
No.
Are you currently on any medication? No. Any supplements
No.
that you're currently taking? Protein powder, pre-workout, all natural? All natural? Okay. Is there any conditions or any intolerances that I need to be worried about? Are you allergic to anything?
No, all good.
Okay. So, before we go through the diet and everything like that, what we're going to discuss is a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Because if you've got a lot of little ones, it doesn't seem as daunting if you want to lose 50 kilos, if you only set that one goal where you're like, okay, I want to lose 50 kilos, and it seems like you're here and the goal's Mount Everest. So it's a case of, if you say, in 4 weeks' time, I want to eat a little bit better, good, tick that one off the list. Okay, next one will be cut out all the processed foods, and obviously over a period of time your diet and lifestyle will get a lot better, hopefully.
Change,
yeah. So what's something that short term, so in the next say 3 to 4 weeks, that you would like to see?
Just more better eating patterns, eating more regularly.
Yep.
And just to knock off that extra 1.8 kilos just down to the lean 70.
Yep.
And just stay at that. Get to more eating, basically a better eating pattern. Just knock off an extra 1.5 kilos, and just go from there.
Okay.
And reassess after this few weeks.
So what about a long-term goal? So this is sort of in the 6 month range.
Long-term goal would be eating more a wide, diverse range of foods, and sort of just keeping better management with my food, not jumping up and down in weight.
So fluctuating.
Keeping more consistent.
Okay. So leading a much healthier lifestyle. You're not concerned about growing muscle or?
Yeah, growing muscle. Yeah.
So just overall.
Overall, I would definitely want to build on some muscle size, so increase my food intake, but also keep a wide variety of foods coming in.
So in the case that you may not need a multivitamin, you're getting all your nutrients and minerals from food.
I'd rather stay away from as much mineral, supplement-based products as possible.
Okay, good. So now what we're going to do, actually before we do that, how many times are you training a week? So this would be more resistance.
At the moment, nothing.
Yep.
Because I'm just trying to lean down.
Yep.
And get a better grip of my diet.
Yep.
So hopefully when we start this diet process, I'll
increase it to 4 times a week, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. 3. Are you seeing a personal trainer or anything at the moment?
Yes.
Yep. How many times a week are you seeing him?
Just once.
Once. Okay. What sort of stuff do you do in that session?
Just circuit training.
Okay, so just trying to build as much calories burnt as possible.
Well, yeah, sort of just to get the body moving, burn calories, and just to keep the body healthy.
Okay. Alright. So, now that we've got, apart from that one circuit a week, are you doing any cardio outside?
No cardio, no.
Okay. No cardio outside.
It's called sleep cardio.
I think we do a lot of that too much.
Sleeping cardio.
All right. So, what time do you usually sort of wake up?
7:30.
7:30. Do you have any water when you wake up?
As soon as I wake up, I have about 200 to 300 mils of water.
Okay.
That's every morning. That's religious.
Okay. Do you have any lemon with it, or is it just straight up water?
Just plain water. I keep next to the bed, and then I wake up and drink that and go to the toilet.
Okay. So, what time's breakfast usually? 8 o'clock? 7:45, 8 o'clock?
If I get it in, no, probably, if I get it in early, 8:30. If I don't get it in, 10:30.
Okay. So generally, what would you have for breakfast?
A banana, about 60 grams of oats with about 2 tablespoons of agave nectar.
Yep. Sorry, my hands aren't like they are used to these days. A bit cold. Can't get to the computer screen as fast. So you said, how much oats was it?
About 60 grams.
Okay, 60 grams. And how do you feel after eating that? Do you feel full? Do you?
I feel full because initially it's going in my stomach, but I feel comfortable.
Okay.
I feel like it's good.
So about 20 minutes after that, do you feel any bloating?
No bloating.
With me personally, and what I've seen with oats, it varies from person to person. Because when I used to have it, I'd have normal servings, 60 grams, but then I would just swell up. My stomach would become really hard. It kept me full, but it was kind of like that uncomfortable feeling of being full, where we want to try and minimise you feeling any discomfort while eating. So, do you have anything else with that? Protein shake?
No, just a banana.
Okay, so banana, oats, and agave nectar. So, generally, when's the next time that you would eat? Lunchtime or a
Probably probably around. If it's before 8, around about 11 o'clock, and if it's after around 10:30, probably around midday.
Okay. So 11, 12. Okay, so generally, what would you have for lunch or a snack or?
A lunch would be.
Would this be lunch or snack?
This would be a first meal of the day, first of 4 meals.
Yep.
And that would be 100 grams of brown rice.
Yep.
And 120 grams of chicken thigh fillet.
Yep. Rice. Do you have any vegetables?
With about a cup and a half of.
Just mixed vegetables?
No, a cup and a half of baby spinach.
Yep. So generally with your vegetables, do you try and rotate the ones that you have, or do you kind of stick to spinach?
I'll add things in and out, and I use fresh produce, so I don't use frozen.
Yep.
So I'll add it in raw to the meal.
Yep.
So I will cycle it once every week or two.
Yep.
And just do it like that.
Yeah, that's good. With that, I would probably try and do it a little bit more regularly, just because if you're having, say, spinach, kale, broccoli for that whole week, you're only going to get the nutrients from kale, broccoli, and spinach that whole week. When if you have a variety of, if you said had carrots, eggplant, buying fresher is obviously a lot better in my opinion, just because it's a lot cheaper if you go to not like the big chain supermarkets, because everything's prepackaged and obviously you have to pay for more of it, but then you get like a wider selection, so you, instead of just, you get those frozen packets with like carrot, beans and corn, I think it is, you can do that sort of same idea with more food, but you have, say, eggplant, Brussels sprouts, broccolini, capsicum, onion, just so you're getting a lot more vitamin and mineral intake, to opposed to only getting the vitamins from that select three sort of foods that you're eating as vegetables. So when would be the next meal?
Around 1 o'clock.
Yep.
2 o'clock.
1 p.m. What was this? Is this a snack?
This is the same meal, same thing, basically replicated. In that first meal, I did have spinach, and also I put 5 cherry tomatoes in.
Lunch. Cherry tomatoes. Good. Is sort of time a factor with you? Like,
a little bit. It can be a timing factor. I could tighten up the reins and make my time more efficient, and get my ability to eat on proper timing would be ideal. That's obviously why I'm here, also to get a better balance and understanding of when I'm going to be eating. But time would be a small factor.
Okay. Do you find that you may not have time to eat a huge, say that lunch meal in say 5 minutes because you have like a client or?
No, I would say in normal circumstances I would definitely have the time, because I mean it is an easy meal to eat, so it's not. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to eat. Yep. So it's not really.
I'm saying like let's just say in the scenario of you, instead of you having 4 meals a day, you have 3 big meals, so breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then you might have 2 snacks in between. So something that you can just 2 seconds in your mouth and then just go. So it may be, I might give you a recipe for protein balls, or just a handful of nuts and a protein shake. But obviously what works within you. Last thing that I want you to do is carry a refrigerator to work. I try and get people to have 2 snacks and a main meal, and then eat their breakfast and dinner at home, just so they can bring a little bag with them and it doesn't feel like they're a bodybuilder and they have to have their gallon jug of water and refrigerator full of food. So when's is dinner usually the next time you eat, or would you have a snack before that?
Dinner, I'd be basically going to dinner.
Yep.
And that would be
whatever's at home, or
no, dinner is just another meal like that. It's another rice meal, but based on a different cut of meat. So I use fattier or like a less fattier, like a piece of salmon rather than a thigh fillet.
Yep.
Just to get different fats in my system. And I might have with that salmon half an avocado.
Okay.
Including the spinach and cherry tomatoes.
Okay. Do you have any anything after that? Like, would you have a dessert?
No, not necessarily dessert. Maybe something very small, sweet, but not majorly. Okay. But I'd say I'd probably have another snack again.
Yep.
Later that night.
Would that be in the form of fruit or?
Probably
whatever?
A piece of fruit, probably like a pear, or it could be like whatever I've got at home, and that could be like a small bowl of that, just to tide me over to keep me from getting hungry in bed.
Okay. So now that we've got sort of like a general gist of what you eat, what do you think is like the biggest thing that will deter you from staying on track? Or sort of like that kryptonite of you having that consistent process?
I definitely think it would be the, I don't think there would be much. I'm pretty consistent now with eating regularly, like cooking my meals, so I don't think there would be much. But I'd say the worst comes to worst would be timing. Timing would be the biggest effect of it, even though it's not that bad. It would just be a bigger kicker in the ass.
Okay, because obviously, I forgot to ask, being masseuse, you're kind of in that sort of PT range where you're like back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah,
and
so
then
you don't get
it might be 4 or 5 hours before you get your next meal.
Yeah.
And you have 5 minutes to prep your table. You don't want to be sitting there for 5-10 minutes trying to scoff down a huge meal like that.
Yeah.
You kind of want something where you can just go, bam, okay, I'm done. Generally, your diet is pretty good. What I would like to see is probably a little bit more food in the form of fruit. So 2 servings of fruit a day. So in between those meals, either have like say an orange or a banana or apple. Just like when I write all this up, I'll say a piece of fruit, and then in the afternoon I'll say a piece of fruit, not a banana, because obviously, as you probably know, banana has a little bit more carbs. Yes, it's got a lot of good nutrients to it, but if we want to sort of control the amount of carbs that you're eating, a banana has about 25 to 30 grams of carbs, good carbs, but then you have something like a Fuji apple, which has only got 14. So you can sort of, and on that turn too, like, do you really want to be eating 2 bananas a day? It's going to start getting a little bit boring. That's what I found with your diet. You try and cook in bulk, don't you? So you don't have to.
Yeah, I cook the meat and the rice in bulk, and I keep the fresh produce because I don't like stale, defrozen produce.
Good. So with the meal plans that I write up, I'll put, say, in your actual meal plan, 1 protein source and 1 carb source, and then like down the bottom you'll have, say, a list of 5 or 6 items that you can choose from. So it might be half a cup of basmati rice, or 500 grams of sweet potato, or a cup of mashed sweet potato, just so you feel like you have more variety in your diet. And it's all good having chicken, and then say a chicken thigh for dinner, but you're missing out on, say, iron from beef, some omega-3s from eating fish, and just getting more of a variety of that amino acid profile in the actual meat. Because if you have, say, chicken thigh, you're only getting the amino benefits and the nutrient benefits from chicken, whereas you don't want to have to eat a shitload of spinach or just to get your iron levels to where they need to be, when you can just have, say, at night, some mince or a lean piece of steak. So how much water do you drink?
Probably not enough, definitely not enough.
Yep.
Like, I'd definitely say it would be a boost in the morning, and then I might drink a bottle in the day, like 600 to 700 mil.
So about
a litre and a half.
Yep.
So I know I'm definitely.
Yep. I would probably like to see that doubled, especially if you're doing circuit training. If you're going to start doing more and more of that, obviously the expenditure of sweat is going to be a lot more. So having that 5 litre range would be good, but I'm not saying go straight from 1.5 litres to 5 straight away. It's sort of like, that's something that we can add into the next 4 weeks. Say in 4 weeks, I'd like to see you go from 1.5 litres to 5 litres or 4 litres, depending on what you're training in and stuff like that. Is there any questions that you have for me? Before we go, because I am running you a meal plan, what foods do you actually like that might actually help? I
actually don't mind. I don't mind a lot of all foods, really, to be honest. Like, I don't have a real big problem with eating things. The only thing I do have issues with is just lack of flavour. That's the biggest buzzkill for me. I'll sacrifice having too many calories and too much of something because I don't get enough flavour. So I'll put in more flavour just to make sure I'm enjoying the meal.
In the order of sauce, or
in the order of like slightly fattier meat, or a little bit extra salt, or a little bit of extra sugar. As long as this is balanced out and it's not going up the top. Because I'm eating very regular and even, I should be able to maintain that saturated fat and all that content level. So.
Exactly. And that's what you'll probably find with the meal plan that I give you, having that variety of, like, say, carbs that you can switch. Say in 3 days, you and your girlfriend can go and shop and say, okay, we're going to buy sweet potato, basmati rice, and some pasta. So it doesn't feel like you're having rice, and by day 3 you're like, oh. And then that's when you're like, oh, I might go get like a coffee or a donut just to satisfy that thing that you're missing. Whereas if you have that variety of food in you, you're less likely to, because it's you're essentially eating something different every day. So it's new and exciting. Me coming from a bodybuilding background, the thing that I hated was chicken, and it's sort of like that willpower had to step in and be like, okay, I need this to get the desired result. May not have been the healthiest option, but it got me there. I learned a lot from me doing bodybuilding, what to do and what not to do, and hopefully I can sort of pass on that sort of knowledge. Not to that extent where you're eating 6-7 meals a day, but someone that just wants to lose 5 kilos, look better for their girlfriend, or shred up for summer. Being as healthy as possible, but still getting that desired result. The way that I sort of do nutrition is that there's 4 levels of nutrition. So obviously there's calories in, calories out, and then there's your macros, macronutrients, so protein, fats, and carbs. Then I try and fit as much vitamin profile into your diet. So I'll just say choose 3 different vegetables every 3 days. So like carrot, obviously we were talking before, carrot, beans, spinach, bok choy, leek, just so you're getting a more balanced diet, so you don't really need a multivitamin. I'm very much like you, I don't like using supplements. I only use protein powder just because I don't like having huge meals. But that's something that you would have to ask your doctor about if you wanted to start using protein powders, because I'm technically not qualified to give supplement advice. Only a dietitian and a doctor and a nutritionist are. But working with your doctor or whoever you choose, we can sort of come to that common goal. Is there any food you don't like? Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place today. Is there anything that you absolutely despise? A lot of my clients don't like broccoli.
No, I don't mind. Anything I'm comfortable with.
Yep.
It's all good to me.
Yep.
I don't mind.
Just,
like I said, it's
just if there's enough flavour.
Just enough flavour. That's all. That's all that matters. There's flavour profile in there, and there's something else. There's something I can put in there that's going to be
like,
enough.
There's flavour and then there's texture. So
I don't mind eating like an untextured meal.
But you know what I mean? Like if you have, say, as I was saying before, 6 meals where you're eating chicken, broccoli and rice, that one meal where you're getting chicken, broccoli and sweet potato, it becomes a completely different meal. So you look forward to eating it. And what I've done in the past with a lot of my clients, that their biggest vice is at night. So that time between dinner and going to bed. So what I'll generally do is tell them to get a block of 90% chocolate, take one square, not one square, and then get Greek yogurt, protein powder, a handful of frozen berries, and then like mix it all together, and then shave that 90% chocolate over the actual Greek yogurt mixture. So you get that that sweet hit from the Greek yogurt, obviously, depending on which one you choose, the berries and the Lindt chocolate. So you've satisfied that sugary craving. And then a lot of my clients will love that meal. They're like, oh, that's the meal that I look forward to
it now.
most. Is there any questions that you have for me?
No, it's all good, man.
All good? All good. Like it so far?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good. So lastly, the thing that we need to do is just book in for another appointment. So it's going to take me a couple of days to write up, just so I can get everything right for you. And what I'll do is I'll send it to you and your PT, just so your PT is aware of what you're eating. Now, in regards to cheat meals will be based off your personal trainer. I will say to whoever your PT is, Anthony's done really well this week. He's dropped 2 kilos. If his mood or energy levels are a bit sluggish, I may suggest that he has something that he would like to eat in order of, say, 500 to 700 calories. And then yeah, just manage it by that. Everyone's human. Moderation even needs moderation. So yeah, just best quality of life for you. Like if you want to take your girlfriend out, you can say, okay, look, this is what I've got on my meal plan. What's the closest thing that I can get to having that out, so you don't feel like you're on that bodybuilding diet where your significant other has to suffer because you have to eat your frozen vegetables, brown rice and chicken. If you kind of stick to that sort of method, you get best of both worlds. If you account sauce and stuff like that, you're only going over, say, 150 calories anyway, and that would be a lot better for your mindset than say, okay, I'm going to deprive myself for 4 weeks so I can eat 4,000 calories in one hit, and then taking a whole week to recover from that 4,000 calories. As I say to a lot of my clients, there's not bad foods, there's just bad knowledge and bad portions. I don't advise this. This is what I just do personally, but what I'll do is get a handful of red frogs right before I train, because I know that I'm going to expend that. So that's sort of my little treat to myself to curb that sugar craving. And I'm like, yep, okay, I'm right. I'll only do that once or twice a week, but it saves me from eating 4,000 calories in one meal and feeling absolutely disgusting for the next 3 days because I've retained all this water and think that all my gains have gone. So yeah, it's just prior knowledge. What I've found with a lot of my clients as well is they don't know how to read a nutrition label. Like they think, oh, it's low in carbs, that should be really good, right? And then they'll see the fat count maybe 40 grams or vice versa. And then even tracking, like staying accountable, like even if you know that you're on a meal plan, like yep, I've got this, even tracking it into MyFitnessPal just gives that one step closer to ticking the boxes of you being healthy and you being that one step closer to your desired result. So how does 2 weeks sound? So what I'll do, if I get the, I'll swing you an email a week later, and then I'll probably catch up with you, give you a phone call, just tell, or swing me a text, say, okay, I'm starting it today, and then a week and a half, 2 weeks from then we'll reassess. Don't feel like once you've got the meal plan that you can never text me. Ideally, I'm here to help you get to the closest to your goal as soon as possible, but as healthy as possible. So if it's 10 o'clock at night and you're like, Mitch, I'm at such and such place, what can I have? And I'm like, okay, what's on the menu? And I'm like, okay, you can have this, and this. Just so it saves, again, you smashing out 4,000 calories and be like, oh, I didn't know. It's a case of if I have my phone, if I'm awake, I'll reply to you. I love that quality of service where I don't say, okay, from 6 o'clock, don't contact me. Because if you're out to eat, and you're like, oh, I don't want to disturb him, he said, don't contact me after 6 o'clock, then I'm not providing the best quality of service for me and my business. Because your health is essentially in my hands. I need to be there 24/7, not just 9 to 5, because I want to have a little bit of leisure time. I came into this job to help people, and doing where I'm only saying, okay, I'm only available for this time doesn't really work in my sort of industry. So I want to be able to offer that correct service of help. And so yeah, it's very lovely to meet you. I'll be in contact very soon, and hopefully we can get you all nice and sorted.
Shredded.